Have you ever felt stuck on autopilot, forgetting important things throughout the day? You wake up, brush your teeth, have coffee, and before you know it, you're at work or school, but you can't really remember the journey there. If so, you're not alone. This happens to a lot of people. I myself have felt this way many times, living a repetitive and inattentive routine, as if life is passing by without me really being present. Today, I want to tell you about something that can completely change that feeling. How to use the first 90 minutes of your day to transform your productivity and, in turn, your life. Stick with me until the end and discover simple yet powerful techniques that can bring back the control and clarity you so need. Let's be honest, most of us are living on autopilot. We wake up, follow our daily routine, and before we know it, the day has passed, and we don't remember half of what happened. Have you felt this? It's like we're physically present, but mentally somewhere else. This habit not only robs us of our productivity, but also wipes out the small joys and important moments of our daily lives. Think of the movie Click, where Adam Sandler's character has a magical remote control that allows him to skip the boring parts of life. He ends up missing out on valuable moments precisely because he's living on autopilot. Our minds, without a remote control, often do something similar, erasing small but significant parts of our day. But what's happening in our brain when we live on autopilot? The answer lies in the neural networks responsible for habits and memory. When we repeat an action many times, our brain creates more efficient neural pathways for these tasks, freeing up mental energy for other things. While this is useful for simple tasks like brushing your teeth or driving to work, it can be detrimental when we start performing important tasks without paying attention. This mode of operation is primarily managed by the default mode network, DMN, a network of brain regions that activates when we're at rest and not focused on any particular task. The problem is that when we're on autopilot, our brain is more prone to wandering, known as mind wandering. Studies indicate that we spend about 47% of our waking time thinking about something other than what we're doing. And when the mind wanders, we tend to be less happy because unfocused thoughts usually turn to worries and regrets. Additionally, the lack of mindfulness affects our ability to form solid memories. When we're not fully present, it's harder for the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for forming new memories, to accurately record information. Another crucial point is the influence of the brain's reward system. Living on autopilot, we often seek activities with instant gratification, like checking social media or eating junk food, instead of focusing on tasks that require more mental effort but have long-term rewards. This happens because the brain, operating on autopilot, prefers activities that quickly release dopamine, creating a vicious cycle that can sabotage our productivity and well-being. Therefore, living on autopilot not only makes us forget important things, but also harms our happiness and mental health. To break this cycle, we need to activate mindfulness and take conscious control of our actions, especially in the first 90 minutes of the day. This not only improves our memory and productivity, but also helps us live a fuller and more gratifying life. Now, why are we talking so much about the first 90 minutes of your day? Well, this period is crucial because it sets the tone for the rest of your day. If you start the day focused and mindful, you're much more likely to maintain that state throughout the following hours. Studies show that the mind is clearer and more receptive right after a good night's sleep. Therefore, it's the ideal time to practice mindfulness and establish a solid foundation for productivity. Think of the first 90 minutes as the warm-up before a big game. You wouldn't go into the field without warming up, right? The same goes for your day. When you wake up, your brain is in a unique state. The transition from sleep to wakefulness involves the gradual activation of the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, planning, and impulse control. During the first 90 minutes, this area of the brain is particularly receptive to new information and habits. It's like your brain is a clean slate, ready to be filled with the day's intentions and actions. Taking advantage of this period for activities that require mindfulness can potentially shape your behavior for the rest of the day. Have you noticed how a chaotic start to the day can ruin all your good intentions? Delays, email notifications, social media, all competing for your attention. The brain, still groggy from sleep, can easily get overwhelmed by so many distractions. This is where the first 90 minutes can be a game changer. Reserving this time to focus on conscious and intentional actions can reduce stress and prepare the mind to face the day's challenges with clarity and calm. The impact of the first 90 minutes of the day is also reflected in the production of hormones like cortisol, known as the stress hormone. Cortisol levels are naturally higher in the morning, helping us wake up and stay alert. However, excessive cortisol spikes due to a stressful start to the day can have negative effects, such as anxiety and low productivity. By adopting a calm and focused morning routine, you can keep cortisol levels in check, starting the day with a more balanced mindset. Let's also consider neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. The first 90 minutes of the day are an excellent time to practice new habits because the brain is more malleable after a night's rest. This means that any mindfulness practice, meditation, or intentional activities you adopt during this period can be more easily incorporated into your daily routine, promoting positive changes in the long run. Additionally, a mindful and calm start to the day can influence how you react throughout the day. When you start the day focused and mindful, you tend to maintain that mindset during subsequent tasks. It's like charging your mental muscle early in the day. If you start the day agitated, you're more likely to keep reacting stressfully and distractedly to daily demands. On the other hand, a calm morning sets a more controlled and focused mental pace. Therefore, dedicating the first 90 minutes of the day to mindfulness not only improves your memory and productivity, but also prepares your brain to face the day's challenges with more calm and clarity. It's a simple yet powerful investment that can transform the way you live and work. Try these techniques and see the difference they can make in your life. The key here is mindfulness, which is nothing more than fully focusing on the present moment. It sounds simple, but in practice, it can be challenging. The good news is that science confirms the benefits: reduce stress, increase productivity, and even improvements in mental health. Since ancient times, meditation and mindfulness practices have been used to cultivate presence and awareness. And today, more than ever, we need these practices. Imagine starting the day really smelling the coffee, hearing the sound of the coffee machine, and savoring each sip. It seems almost poetic, but that's exactly the level of attention we want to achieve. Let's put all this into practice. In the first 90 minutes of your day, try to pay attention to every detail. When you're making coffee, listen to the sound of the machine. Smell the fresh coffee. When you're preparing breakfast, feel the texture of the food. Notice the colors and flavors. Yes, at first, it may seem obsessive, but over time, it will become natural and automatic. You will start to notice that you are more present, more aware, and surprisingly, more productive. I have experienced this myself, and I can guarantee it makes a huge difference. It's like adjusting the focus of a camera. Suddenly, everything becomes clearer and sharper. Starting the day with mindfulness not only improves your perception, but also activates crucial parts of your brain. During these first 90 minutes, the hippocampus, responsible for forming new memories, is particularly active. This means that experiences and information absorbed during this period have a higher chance of being retained. Therefore, by practicing mindfulness, you are literally programming your brain to be more efficient and better at memorizing information. Let's talk about the brain's neurochemistry during these initial moments. The practice of mindfulness increases the production of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine, often referred to as the pleasure hormone, is associated with motivation and reward. Serotonin is known for regulating mood and anxiety. When you start the day with mindfulness, you are actually preparing your brain for a state of greater well-being and motivation throughout the day. Additionally, mindfulness activates the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for the body's relaxation response. This counterbalances the sympathetic nervous system, which is involved in the fight or flight response. Starting the day calmly and focused helps regulate this balance, promoting a state of relaxation and focus that can last all day. This not only reduces stress, but also improves your ability to handle challenges and make thoughtful decisions. So, let's recap the benefits: improved memory, increased productivity, and a greater appreciation for the small moments in life. If you want to experience this transformation, I challenge you to dedicate the first 90 minutes of your day to mindfulness for the next 7 days. Pay attention to every detail and see how your life changes. And of course, don't forget to share your experiences in the comments. I want to know how this practice has affected your day-to-day life. Let's embark on this journey together to become the best version of ourselves. Did you like the video? If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. Until the next video,